People, it's Cat again, and I'm back with a 100-hour experience on Mindovermagic. I want to go over how to set up a game, some of the basics, and some of the mid to late game mechanics to be looking out for. Let's start at the beginning and set up a game. There are two different types of difficulty settings and an architecture preference when deciding on a new game. While I'm saying that, if you are not on Iron Mage, you can still change the settings mid-game, no problem, with all the difficulty settings and the architecture. The two difficulty settings allows you to choose broad parameters, while you can also go in and customize the settings and overrule those broad choices. The architecture choice determines what parameter rooms have to meet before they get their buff. So things like lofted, skewed, towered, elevated, grounded, private, all these are parameters that a room must have to achieve certain buffs. Let's go over the races and some of their strengths. The Vivified come in with the highest health and some pretty good mana. Other than that, they're kind of slow and they got just a little bit of power. They make great tanks and they're great to be paired up with the Earth Wand, which gives them armor and taunt. After that, we have the Wolfkin. These guys are great for all damage. If you can pair them up with a air wand or a lightning wand, they're excellent. They come in with some so-so health and some so-so mana, but they're pretty fast and they got some knockdown power too. After that, we got the Raven Cult, which has really good health, really good mana. They're somewhat fast and they have some of the best power in the game. These are also great for air and lightning wands. Past that, we have the humans. The humans have okay health, some really good mana. They're kind of fast, but they have zero power. After that, we have the Shattered, which comes in with abysmal health, the best mana, okay speed, and they're pretty strong. Starting your school. So, your first three staff members are kind of important. I like getting a tank, a nature mage, and an air mage. Um, the earth wand is great for tanking. The nature mage I use for getting the runewood. You'll need a tier 2 wand at level 4. And I like using the air mage because it's one of the hardest hitting uh, attacks in the game. So when you first get into the game, you just need to do that basic ritual to push the fog back before you can do anything else. After you got the fog pushed back, I like to grab the Founder's Grave, bring it as close to the mansion as I can, and then it's going after wood and stone. It's probably best to grab the wood and stone closest to the fog, just so the fog doesn't reclaim it before you grab it. You can also make your guys get the stuff a little bit faster if you change the priority to 5 on those. Other than that, it's just wood and stone until you find the smoker reed. When you find the smoker reed, that is when you can start making your first storage. It requires one smoker reed stick. If you have a game where you have not come across a smoker reed by day 2, I would re-roll your game. Out of the 50 or so games I've played, all the ones that don't start off with a smoker reed, if they don't get it within the first 2 days, they will never come. And at that point, you can't do anything else in the game because you can't store anything. Everything starts taking damage and starts decaying while not being stored. So it's just a big snowball effect and just kind of waste time. Also, starting off, you want to get your research going. You want to get your beds going, and you need to get your wand maker or your wand shaper going. Construction wise, I tend to do a spiral staircase straight up through the center. I like having a storage room just off to the left of the center staircase. It is important to make sure that you put doors in your walls. Otherwise, a wall will get made and then someone will be stuck on the outside. Try to get your beds done before the first night. If someone cannot reach a certain thing, use the ghost to reach it because it passes right through everything. Another good one to have established right off the get go is your Lavalina sty. They convert wood into stone. Trees grow back fairly rapidly, stone does not. Once you harvest the stone in an area, it just does not come back. You get these crystals, but they're not stone. Now, the wood, however, the trees grow back constantly, and you can grow them. The only ways of getting stone later on in the game that are not through the Lavalina sty is by pushing this out even further than you've ever done before, or you come down and do battles, and not all of them have stone, but some of them do. The Lavalina sty. Alright, let's go through a fight together. We got a level 7. Alright, so we have my Earth Mage. Let's see. It's Gordon. We got Gordon right there. He's the Earth Mage. We also have, what's her name? Birdie. So Birdie's our nature. She's going to buff the back row for us. She's also pretty tough and can take a few hits. Gordon's going to be taunting, but if she gets hit first, she has plenty of health. We are not going to have him up there. Alright. Connor. We're going to bring Connor over here for the water. He can also buff shields, and he also has a pretty good attack. And then our last one is going to be air, and we're going to bring Matilda out for that. Oh, wait. What are we doing, Hector? Hector has 22 damage. Ooh. So he's going to do more damage than Matilda. It's 3 points times 3, so it's another 9 points per turn. So, and then if you got your alchemy station up, you can start bringing in potions. So you got a potion of rejuvenation, revival, and recharging. It is important. If a mage goes down in battle, that mage will develop a negative trait. And it's a downhill battle for that mage thereafterwards. So if you can prevent a mage from going down in battle, that's great. And then they do their little thing. They get charged up, they grab the potions. Ooh, that's some heavy hitters right there. Alright, so we're going to start with consecrating drops. It gives armor, so we're going to put that on the first 2 rows. And then we're going to put... You know, if these guys are going to be going first, I would put haste on him. But this guy's going to do it, and he's not going to do too much damage, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to do the first multi-strike, and we'll take this guy out. Yep, his consecrating worked. Alright, surging strength. We're going to give 20 power to the back row. We're going to put earth armor and taunt on Gordon. And, well, it gave him 70 points, but, yeah, not no more. Ooh, and they stunned him. Slow speed. Alright. Well, let's see. Let's get a torrent off on this guy. And then multi-strike. Oh my goodness, this is gonna hurt big time. So 135 points we took off with 1 strike from that guy. Alright. We're going to put Surgeon Strength back on. It says it's on there for 2 turns, but it's only on there 1. I hit him right there because I know multi-strike will take that guy out. Now, it is a good thing to note that no matter how slow someone is, it only does turns. No one will ever be able to loop you, so no one will ever be fast enough to do multiple turns before the next person does their turn. Yeah, he just doesn't have any damage right there. So even if I did this 19, it still would not be enough for these two to make it. Birdie's still doing good. We'll do Surgeon Strength, just in case. Doesn't matter now. And then Overkill. They will drop everything. If you do not pause it and tell them to go back and start grabbing everything, they won't. No. No, I don't want you to drink it. Ugh. And then you probably also want to direct them to go to sickbay. And that's pretty much a fight. It opens up the next little area for you, which we now have a permanent level 8 enemy that we can always fight here. Same way with this one over here. If you ever let this one go all the way, it's a permanent level 3 enemy that you can always fight there. But you just gotta let this thing run out every time.